My mother was born in Ohio. My father was actually born in Taiwan, and he moved to the US when he was a baby. My father, he actually passed away while I was in high school. I spent a lot of time out in nature with my father, which developed a love of science, and I became very interested in astronomy. My goal when I was younger was to be an astronaut, and I thought one of the best ways to be an astronaut was to become an engineer.
Quite recently, this past March, I became a US citizen. I was born in India. A lot of people assume that I was either born here or that my English has always been like this. A lot of people don't know the struggle I went through in terms of acclimating to the US.
My mom, just seeing what she could do as a minority female in a STEM industry has just been incredibly inspiring to me.
My dad definitely encouraged me to think big. He also really encouraged me to have curiosity and to not stop asking questions.
My mom said that finding your college was like finding your wedding dress or buying your first home. It's just a gut feeling that you know it's right. I thought it was so interesting that we saw a wedding at Grand Chapel on the tour, and the housing here is already incredible. So it almost felt like it was written in the stars to come here.
I was very certain that I wanted to go into chemical engineering by the time I applied for colleges. And the reason was I did a chemistry competition in middle school, and I found out that I really liked it.
I didn't really know a whole lot about engineering growing up. It wasn't until the 8th grade when I saw the movie Dolphin Tale, where they build a prosthetic tail for a dolphin. Immediately after I finished watching it, I was like, that's it. That's what I'm gonna do.
I found out that I got in, and I remember running and jumping and hugging my mom. It meant a lot to her that I didn't have to settle and not get to do something that I really wanted to do just because of money.
It's a pretty commonly said thing that education in the US is quite expensive. In fact, there was even a point in the early college application process where I was considering not going to school in the US at all. I know how much a scholarship can mean. I know the types of dreams that it can make a reality.
The Langsdorff program has changed my life for the better. It was just kind of like the world was lifted off of my shoulders. Being the recipient of the Holloway Undergraduate Research Award has made me feel like I have become a more attractive candidate and add my strengths and the skills that I have into a lab here.
It was really nice to come to WashU and to join the Society of Women Engineers and meet so many other amazing women. It's definitely made me more open-minded. I'm also involved with Washington University Dance Theater. There's some similarities you need for both dance and engineering, which one is just not giving up.
When I moved to the US, my English wasn't that good, so I started to read quite a bit. I'm involved in Out of the Blue, which is a group that focuses on promoting childhood literacy. It's nice helping people go through the same challenges that I might have faced.
I worked for NSBE this past summer teaching 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders engineering topics through their Summer Engineering Experience for Kids program. Being able to be a mentor to someone younger has been a very eye-opening experience. I want to be able to set a good example to them. I am part of WashU Hip Hop Union, which is WashU's hip hop dance group on campus. I've been dancing since I was 2 years old, so being able to continue dancing in college was something very, very important to me.
A big part of becoming a citizen of any country is that you need to feel like you belong there. It was almost fitting that the naturalization ceremony was in a WashU-owned building. It was in the Music Center. WashU has given me that certainty that after I graduate, I could definitely carve out a life for myself in the US.
I'm planning after I graduate to go on to the workforce. I'm hoping to be able to work in aerospace.
My dream job would be to work at NASA with their biomedical engineering department working on the sustainability of life on Mars.
Thank you for making this possible. Most of all, thank you for believing in me. With the scholarship, I was able to attend WashU, I was able to pick the major of my dreams.
My scholarship has allowed me to go to Washington University, where I've had an amazing past 3 years. I've met some of my best friends that I've ever had in my life. Thank you so much for your generosity.
I would just like to thank you all for believing in all the students that have been able to receive what you've given to the WashU community, you've truly changed our lives.